Okay, I'm going to teach you how to do plain weave. Plain weave is the most basic, I'd say commonly used weaving stitch. I am going to use kind of a bulky yarn. The bulkier the yarn, the kind of faster your project goes. You can do this plain weave with any type of yarn. If you used a really thin yarn, you know, it takes more rows to cover more area. I'm using a bulkier yarn. It's kind of nice if you're a beginner to use something a little bulkier because your project will go a little faster. You'll feel more accomplished. I'm going to just take kind of a medium amount of yarn, cut a piece. It's nice to do a couple rows of plain weave over your Ryan knots so that you have something right away to like kind of push them down and hold them down. I'm going to start on the end. And I'm going to go over and under. So it doesn't matter whether you start under or over as long as you alternate going across. So I'm going to start under, over, under, over, under, over, under, and so on and so forth. Once I get kind of like halfway through, I might pull my yarn through. You will want to leave a tail hanging out, and we'll learn how to tuck those in later. So I'm going to keep going all the way across my project. Okay. And then again, you will want to create an arc or a bubble. And then you can push down the row of yarn with your fingers, or you can use a weaving comb. Both work. Okay, and then to turn around, you'll want to do the opposite of how you ended. So this piece of yarn goes over. So I'm going to go under and then alternate over, under, all the way across. The nice thing about weaving is if you mess up, like say I don't know, went over two or under two or forgot to alternate or something, you can just undo it. It's very forgiving, which I like. All right, all the way across. So this is called a plain stitch or a tabby stitch. You'll see that too. Again, make that nice bubble. Doesn't have to be perfect. And now this one sticks out a little, so I should have pulled it a little tighter. You can always make your bubble again, kind of make it even here. And then I always bring it down in the middle first and then go out to the sides. And again, making those bubbles or arches keeps your finished product being nice and square and even on the sides. If you pull too tight, your piece will end up with an hourglass shape. So that's it. Say I wanted to be done and switch to another color. You could just cut the yarn. Sometimes I like to weave the end in a little bit, and then you want to leave a nice long tail sticking out the back of your weaving. And in later videos, I'll show you how to clean up the back of your weaving. See, I'm starting to accumulate tails in the back, which is totally fine. All right. All right, I'm going to show you a little closer up of the basic or tabby weave, just so you can see it a little better. And then I also want to show you, like, okay, so say you ran out of your piece of yarn, or say you're switching to another color, how to start. When you start, you should always kind of tuck a tail. Say you want to start in the middle like I am, tuck a tail and leave it behind your weaving. And then you can just start weaving again. So I'm gonna go over, under. Actually, okay, I messed this up already, so this is a good learning opportunity. So tuck your weave, or tuck your piece of yarn behind the piece, and you wanna make sure you look at the row beneath it so that you are alternating with the row beneath it. So, and that's how I messed up the time before. So this one goes under right here, so I'm gonna go over this one instead, over, under, because you don't want your pattern to be the same as the row beneath it. You want it to alternate over and under. So I'm going over and under each piece of each warp string. You can kind of pull it through and keep going. Over, under. There you go. And then it's kind of arced already. And you don't need to push down too hard. You want to kind of leave your weaving nice and fluffy. I pushed down too hard right there. So, and then to finish it up, cut your string, weave it in once or twice, and then leave a nice tail hanging off the back, which we'll clean up later.